Hey everybody, my name's Ed. Okay, so we're going to do another graphic novel review. This time we're going to take a look at Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean's Signal to Noise. Originally came out in 1992, I believe. My copy here is from 2007. It's a graphic novel about a director planning to make a movie that he might not get a chance to finish. It's a collaboration between, like I said, Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. And while not a masterpiece, its popularity and its format, it's one of the many works of its era that helped mainstream comics move the medium forward and help expand the audience for sequential art. Since then, Signal Noise has been made into a BBC radio play, a stage play, and it's been optioned for a movie. So the writer for Signal to Noise is famous superstar writer Neil Gaiman. Gaiman is known for his works in various formats and mediums, including comics, prose novels, children books, stage plays, and movies. Neil has won multiple awards, has been recognized for many high profile works, including, but of course not limited to, American Gods, Coraline, Black Orchid, Death, the High Cost of Living, and of course Sandman. Dave McKean's been working in comics and commercial art since the 80s. Some of his more popular works would be Violent Cases, Arkham Asylum, Mr. Punch. McKean has done music, album covers, and published books of photography. He's also done movie directing for Miramax, which was also incidentally, or maybe not so incidentally, written by Neil Gaiman. So now Signal Noise came out during the 90s when a lot of interesting things were going on. A lot of fans, comic book fans, probably remember that we were still in the middle of the grim and gritty era of superheroes, but we saw the rise of indies. You got Image, which was kind of part of the grim and gritty phase, but later became something much more different. Fantagraphics, Slave Labor, and Dark Horse, of course, which published this book. Vertigo wasn't really an indie, it's really part of DC's comics lines, but they were still broadening the subject matter of what could be done with comics in different genres and things like that. So, like I said, Dark Horse was established in 1986. They did a lot of licensed comics like Alien, Tarzan, Terminator, but a good deal of creator-owned work as well. Frank Miller's Sin City Comics, Mike Magnolia's Hellboy series. John Byrne did some indie work there. They did Yosembo by Stan Saki, and there was even an attempt at a shared superhero universe. The most successful title was probably Ghost. So, like I said, the plot has to do with his director who wants to make a movie, but he might not get to finish it because he's got a terminal disease. I believe he's got cancer. So he starts ruminating on the meaning of life. And as it's set in the mid 90s, the upcoming millennium, where he's really heavy on his mind as well. The movie's imagined plot is centered around a small village in the year 999. So the parallels, to what's going on in this fictional movie, plus what was going on in the real world, are pretty obvious there. So now the art combines many forms: traditional comic book art, painting, photography, and collage. Much of it's dark and moody, and some of the cut and paste work in looking text creates a greater whole that, like I said, moves it beyond what we think of as comic book art. Neil's known for his stories about myth and emotion, and sometimes these stories take on grand ideas and a grand scale, I should say, but sometimes the stories are a lot more intimate, like right here. There's no fantastical elements here, but it kind of feels like a dream. The comic deals with, or I should say, the novel deals with like the meaning of life, what a man thinks of when dealing with mortality. Has one led a meaningful life? What happens when society's on a brink, and things of that nature. So just to give you a little example of some of the art here. Okay, here's one of the original covers. Some of the opening text. So we have this. So you have traditional grid work here, a lot of painting. Now you have this odd combination of text and visuals. Okay. All right. So like I said, just a really interesting combination of different types of images and whatnot to kind of create like a different type of mood or what have you. Okay, so, uh, oh, I should move my finger out of the way. Okay, so I was going to talk about, uh, the inter-century millennial concerns that were happening like in the late 1990s and whatnot. But then the video is going to get a little too unwieldy. But anyway, I did have to read this a couple of times just to sort of get it and let it sink in. It's a really interesting book. It's not really a plot-heavy comic. It's not like a ticking time bomb or anything like that. I mean, we're kind of concerned with whether or not the lead character does get to make his movie, but that's almost not really the point. Like I said, it's about atmosphere and introspection. It doesn't come to any grand conclusions, but it does inspire thought. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching my video. I do appreciate it, and you guys have a great day.